everybody! Let's build the first enclosure for the Leaellynasaurus and Dryosaurus. Hello everybody! Welcome to the second episode of the Prehistoric Kingdom series. We still don't have a name for the park. I am recording this video the day after the first episode. So, I really haven't had a chance to look through the comments at all. So, and I don't have a name picked out yet for the park. But, as you guys can see here, I'm adding windows to the back side of the building. I just thought the back side of the building looked pretty bare. But I also will be adding more detail to the rest of the building as time goes on. But in a couple of seconds, I will be basically just adding some planters. And this video did have like a pause in it because as I said, today is January 10th, so today was kickoff for my robotics team, and I'm very disappointed. I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you guys want to check it out, you can look up 2026 FRC robotics video, and it will, and the first option, it's right there. So yeah, I'm going to let the speed build kind of run out for a little bit, and I will get back to you guys in a minute or two. Alright, so now you can basically see that I'm trying to change the colors of the prefab building roof, but it did not work, unfortunately. So Prehistoric Kingdom, if you are listening, if there's a way to do that, please let me know in the comments down below, but Prehistoric Kingdom. But I just came to the conclusion that I would build my own. And I failed horribly. So you'll see later in the video that I just decided to scratch that whole idea. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about that. So, if you guys, I'm gonna say this towards the end of the video as well. If you guys have a suggestion for an animal, dinosaur, that you want me to put in the park, let me know. And also put name suggestions for the park down below. We won't really be doing that many of animal name suggestions, just because Prehistoric Kingdom does already give, like, the animals names. Like, the animals come pre-named. So I think that's a good thing that Prehistoric Kingdom added. Right now you can see that I am trying to figure out the bathroom situation. Again, I scrapped it. So, yeah. It really doesn't matter. I'm not really that good at building buildings. Just take a look at the entrance and, yeah. You can see, my specialty is more of building enclosures. I'll try and put a picture of the most proud enclosure, like the most enclosure I was proud of, that I ever built right here on camera. And there's a 99.99% chance that I am going to do a park tour of the first ever park I built. I didn't record it, like the building and stuff, but I can most likely guarantee that there will be a park tour for that. I have no idea why I'm looking at a wall right now. Silence. I don't know what this is. We'll find out. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, there we go. We're not looking at the wall anymore. Yay! Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright, so as you can see here, I am now working on the pathway. My throat has been feeling weird all day. But we are doing a lot, and when I mean a lot, I mean a lot, of different prototypes for Path. You should have seen all of them in the past like 10 seconds. But I officially came to the conclusion that I would do that right there. And I just made sure it was straight. And then I kind of wish there was an option in the prehistoric kingdom settings before you start a sandbox that like flat map, like kind of how Planet Zoo has, like sculpted map or flat map or diorama. Now I'm not asking for a diorama, I'm just asking for there to be a setting for a flat map option, unless there already is and I am blinder than a bat. But yeah, I am now officially starting to work on the fencing for the enclosure. And this enclosure was only planned for the Leaellynasaurus? I don't remember. The Leaellynasaurus? I don't know how to say it. But then I realized how small they were, and how big I made the enclosure. So towards the end of the video, I decided, you know what, let's add Dryosaurus in here. They have the same dietary options, and now that I think about it, I forgot to add enrichment to their habitat. What I'm doing right now took me around 20 minutes to figure out what the heck I was doing with my life. No joke, it did take me around 20 minutes. And then I decided to scrap that whole idea and make two different doorways, one for the dinosaurs and one for the staff. So yeah, we are almost getting to where I actually start making the enclosure. So I'm going to go silent, and I will see you guys when we start making the enclosure. Alright, so now is where we start adding a somewhat of a custom barrier. We are basically adding rocks to the front of the habitat where I don't think fence would look pleasant. Now I do unfortunately hate how I kind of did what I'm doing here with the back. So I added the fence there, and then I added a couple more rocks. Like, I don't mind that. It just annoyed me. Now I'm adding rocks to the back of the habitat where I think it can go. And then the part that I unfortunately don't like is I guess I'm still adding rocks. I love rocks, guys. I could place a whole bunch of rocks to just do that, and I would be fine. Now, this is the part where I don't like how I replaced that back fence, that part back there. I do wish I could have done something different, but I didn't want the whole back to be rock. Because I am known in my, own parks, personal parks, to do the entire perimeter of the enclosure rock, and then only have, one or two viewing points. Now, in this habitat, I do wish I could have added elevation, but I didn't, unfortunately. In other habitats in the future, guys, I will be adding a whole bunch of elevation. This park itself will have a whole bunch of elevation. Now this is my favorite part. So I am basically adding, flat rocks to the top, and it's aligned with the path. And you'll guys see what I'm about to do in a second. I just wanted to make sure that, right there, I could still see. The guests could still see all of the above. Here I'm turning the rocks into mossy rocks. And you'll see why I did that in a second. I'm going into the foliage, and I'm going to add a bush. Nah, I added a whole bunch of bushes to that area. If I could choose two things to build a park out of, it would be foliage and rocks. That's it. That's all I need. And I took a pause here, probably texting one of my friends because they can't stop texting me. So yeah, I just took a drink of water because my throat is in pain. I just added a invisible fence there. And apparently, you'll guys see in the cinematics. Actually, no, you won't, because I deleted that cinematic shot. they can still climb up on the dang rocks. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. And also, the enclosure is not 100% complete. As I said earlier, I still have to add enrichment. And I also still have to add a whole bunch of logs. Because I just like adding foliage and stuff. Like, this is my happy place. Adding foliage to parks, or enclosures. Oh my god, my throat. But yeah, and I also wish I could have added more detail to the water, but I was on a limited time limit when I was doing this. So I didn't really get that much done. So yeah, that's basically it. In a second or two, maybe in a couple minutes actually, I'm one of those people who put bushes in every single rock. Like, so the foliage looks not the foliage, oh my god. So the rocks look overgrown, and like, it's been there for a while. 'Cause you know how some zoos, the only zoo I've ever visited more than once, so I have like a actually good idea of what it looks like, is the Brevard Zoo, in Cocoa, Florida. My computer just had a glitchy moment, so I went silent. But yeah, that's really it. There is so much more I could talk about. Like, in a couple seconds, you'll see that I'm adding circular rock structures with gravel in there, and I added foliage. So yeah, I could go on, and I'm going to go on for another 3 minutes, because that's how much time I have left until I should just let the cinematics play. Now I'm adding their feeders, and I'm realizing now that there's no enrichment. So I'm gonna go back in after, like, off camera, and I'm going to add that, and the logs, as I mentioned before. Now I'm just checking to make sure it looks okay, because I have a huge insecurity for some reason that I am not a good builder, like, in any aspect, and it haunts me, guys, I swear. And now you can see that I am building the circular structure. Now I'm just, like, sizing it up, duplicating it, making that. Here's where I added the gravel. So, yeah. I really just added more foliage, added the dinosaurs, and that's really all I did. And any, like, pause you see in the video, it's either me texting my friend or me dealing with my dog. And someday, guys, it is a dream of mine to get a blue and gold macaw. I just really love I love macaws in general. Like, they're so majestic. I want to rescue one, obviously, but that's besides the point. We actually might be doing a Q&A later down the line as well, so stay tuned for that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash the like button, stay tuned for episode 3, and I'm going to let you guys choose what dinosaur you want to see in episode 3. So, and I also want to say one more thing, really quickly. videos will be coming out every other day. I'm gonna try to make them every other day. So, basically, I'm here in the Eastern, time zone. So, for me, every video is going to be Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So, yeah. I have to go because cinematics are almost here, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell so you don't miss any more videos from this park. And guys, I will see you all next time. Goodbye!